Hi, Amy Weir, Round Rock ISD Board Secretary, and here to talk about some good news, semi-good news. We do need the voters' assistance, so I'm reaching out to you to give you some facts and information so that we can provide our teachers and staff with a well-deserved pay raise. Not as much as we would like to be able to give them, but where we are on our journey with the state and with our budget and with our finances, it is really the least we could do for them and the most that we can do for them, but it's going to take all of us as a community. On August 21st, we did have our public hearing, and I'm going to look down to look at some of the numbers. If you go back and look at Mr. Covington's presentation, our tax rate for 2022 was 1.026, and the proposed tax rate, if voters approve it, with 3 golden pennies, which are dollars that stay 100% in Round Rock ISD, no recapture, do not go back to the state, our extra 3 pennies, our tax rate will only be 0.9190. So it is a significant decrease from last year's tax rate. And also, if you look in Mr. Covington's presentation, you will see with the new homestead exemptions, with some of our new state laws regarding those over 65, most people in this district will actually see a decrease even in the actual amount of taxes that they pay. We are going to be running a budget deficit. We will be tapping into our fund balance. That's unfortunate. Hopefully the state will step up, but they haven't so far. So we do need your help in passing this on November 7th. And now I'm gonna point out a few brilliant things set by my colleague, trustee Alicia Markham, who spent the most time down at the Capitol advocating for public education, took her son so that he could help advocate for public education and Round Rock ISD. So here's a couple things that she said during our meeting that are incredibly important for people to understand.
I just, for the community, just want to put this out there that while we did have huge property tax relief from the legislature, and I think everybody's very grateful for that, with, home values raising and everything. The flip side of that is that the legislature also did not give us any new money for public education. The basic allotment was not increased at all, $0. And that's the new money we need to close the inflation gap. And so I just want to make sure that we put that out there, and that the community has all of the facts and why these golden pennies, why we're calling this election, and why the golden pennies are necessary to give our teachers and our staff the raises that they need. I didn't completely follow what was said earlier about holding salaries hostage. And if we're going to talk about you get what you get, again, we got $0. Zero. We didn't even get anything. I mean, if we're going to say we're going to do what we need to do with the money we were given $0. So I just want to reiterate that for the community and say that I agree with Trustee Weir that we have an intelligent community who it makes sense to give this over to them and let them decide if we are going to be capable of giving our teachers raises this year or additional raises this year.
So I just would ask that the public do your research. Please look and see. A voter-approved tax rate election is not something Round Rock ISD has ever done before. And we need your help. Our teachers and staff need your help. They will get a 3% and 2% pay raise, and we will cover their insurance. We are going to dip into our fund balance, into our savings in order to do that. It is the least that we owe them. We would love to give them more, but we cannot give them more without your help. And please remember that without these extra 3 pennies, we will not be able to give the extra pay raise, and we will be $33 million in the red on our regular budget and dipping into our fund balance, into our savings for those $33 million. So please go back and look at Mr. Covington's presentation. Please do your research. Please come out November 7th to support our teachers, to support our staff, and help the administration and the board majority to give our teachers and staff at least this amount of a pay raise, which would be 6% and 5% for staff. And I just wanted to say to all of those who reached out with their concerns about my little bandage, thank you so much for your concern. I did have Mo's surgery on Friday morning, the 22nd at 8 a.m. It is actually the reason that I needed to leave early from our meeting Thursday night. I had already informed President Landrum I was going to need to leave early when the last motion was taking so long and was going to be something that I was going to have to recuse myself from anyway. I simply left the meeting so that I could be prepared for my 8 a.m. doctor's appointment the next morning, because I did have to be there early. But everything's fine, and I hope to get the stitches out this week. And I appreciate so much the concern and the reaching out and how supportive this community is. And please show the same support and concern for our teachers and our staff when you go to vote on November 7th. Thank you.